Welcome into the Appalachian Wireless Sports Overtime. Josh McKinney, Jamie McCracken. Jamie, district tournaments begin Monday. It's obviously a very exciting time of year.
Hashtag can't wait, right? Tonight, the final tune-ups for teams across the coverage area. Many teams playing their last regular season game before it's win or go home time. And I know tonight we are starting with the two top teams in the 12th region.
27-1 Mercer County paying a visit to 22-4 Southwestern. Let's get to it.
This is going to be a doozy.
Dylan James and the Mercer County Titans traveling to Somerset to face off with Steve Wright and the Southwestern Warriors. Mercer County got off to a good shooting start. Trevin Faulkner, buckets. Faulkner says, yeah, I'll stop and pop here as well from the wing. Why not? Splash ball.
He's only a sophomore.
And then how about one more? This time from Will Hager in the corner. They hit their first 3 threes to start the game. Titans up 5. UPike top play contender. Danny Butt behind the back. Step back. Foul. Shot. Count it. That was ridiculous.
What a crowd tonight.
How about another UPike top play contender? Peyton Gover. The acrobatics and the finish off the glass. Warriors, though, down 2. Then from one Peyton to another. Gover to Cundiff. Sinks the 3-ball. Deficit, though, still a deuce for the home team. See Stephen Fitzgerald dribble. See Stephen Fitzgerald right around you. Spin move. Beautiful. Southwestern, though, went into the locker room down 6. We go to the Highlands Health System scoreboard. Warriors battled back and took the lead at the end of the third, but James and Mercer County outlast the Warriors 86-83. Fitzgerald a team high 24. James led all scorers with 28, including 6 3-pointers.
Wardrobe evolution. Leslie County head coach Daniel Day rocking the white tee, chatting with OBI head coach David Robinson during the girls' game. Later, oh yeah, he would put on the game day uni.
Dapper.
Said he looked like Shannon Hoskins there a little bit. First quarter, off the miss, Austin Day back up and in. Later, the Eagles going inside to Blake Asher. Strong take, senior night, and we start the highlight pack with a couple of seniors. Eagles up 7-3. Again, off the miss, Day. He there. All right, so we got lots of senior buckets. How about some freshman buckets? Darren Whitaker, splash. UPike top play contender, second quarter. That's Kevin Whitaker. Good reversage. Let's go to the scoreboard. Leslie County takes it 65-54. Eagles play at Letcher tomorrow and then have Buckhorn in the first round of the 54th district tournament.
Head coach Melinda Feltner in Lawrence County visiting Anthony Moore and Allen Central. Final regular season games for both teams. Lady Bulldogs on the board first. Kara Spalding in the paint to Kara Williamson, who hits the short jumper. Lawrence by 2 early. Hannah Combs responds with the runner in the lane for 2. She also gets the nice little friendly bounce at home off the rim, trimming the deficit to 4. Excellent ball movement here from Lawrence. 3 passes and a score from Spalding. Lead now at double digits, but AC hanging around. Combs in the corner to Casey Poston. Hits the baseline floater. Lady Rebs down just 8. Now on the run, Poston, the nice pass to Kelsey Parsons on the block for the high percentage shot. AC, though, still down.
Kelsey Parsons.
Yeah. Then Poston on the kick out from Emily Johnson. Hits the 3, pulling the Lady Rebs back to within 7. But Lawrence County a little too tough tonight. Cassidy Cavens gets the steal. Her pass is deflected, but look, it goes right to Alexis Ratliff, who knocked down the short jumper. Lady Bulldogs in the season with a win, 87-67 over Allen Central. Coming up on the show, you've seen the boys. How about the girls' game between Southwestern and Mercer County? Those highlights ahead.
I'm pumped for that one. And a couple of football powerhouses meet on the hardwood in Pike County as Prestonsburg visits Belfry. Welcome back. The top 2 girls teams in the 12th region, Mercer County and Southwestern, had a combined 7 losses coming into tonight. East Jessamine, the 4th place team in the 12th region, had 7 itself coming into tonight. The Lady Warriors and Titans meeting for the first time all season long. Let's do it. Senior night at Southwestern. The blue, orange, and white have not lost since January 4th, winners of 4 straight. Stephen Butcher's got himself a squad. Southwestern on offense, no one stops the ball, so Samantha Fitzgerald. Scoopage. Lady Warriors down by 1, though. Off the inbounds play now. Southwestern working it down inside to their size, Elizabeth Latham. 2 of her 24. Lady Warriors, though, still down 1. Fitz, she was just feeling it, as always. Splashing it. Lady Warriors now up by 2. Mercer County, though, would not go away, knocking the ball loose. Segan Robbins. Coast to coast. 2 over 16. Let's go to the Highlands Health System scoreboard. The game goes to overtime, and Southwestern gets the huge win at home, 65-57. Fitzgerald and Latham each with 24 for the Lady Warriors.
Prestonsburg visiting Belfry in a football rivalry on the hardwood. A tight game in Pond Creek early in the first. Belfry's Ryan Jesse to Garrett Fannin. Give it to Colston Blankenship. Get the rebound. Put it back in for 2. At the other end of the court, Black Cats Dalton Frazier to Scott Stapleton, then to Wesley Hager, passing it all the way around until Hager knocks down the jump shot from straight away. Back in the Pirates' possession now, Fannin makes it look easy. Another 3-point bucket for Belfry. That's what he does. Shoots it from the outside. Later in the first, Prestonsburg Stapleton will take it right past the Pirate defense for 2 more. How about Belfry's Austin Woolham now? We'll bring it back and a pass to Jesse, and Jesse gets the 2 points.
That's a no-looker.
Prestonsburg, though, puts an end to its 5-game losing streak. The Black Cats get the win at Belfry, 64-61. Next up, South Floyd in the first round of the 58th District Tournament.
Cordia girls hosting Riverside Christian, fourth quarter. Haley Bedark banks it in. Riverside up 15. More from Riverside. Ina Dale Davison, whoop, can't get it to go. Ashlyn Stevens, she can. Rams take a 17-point lead. And they get it done on defense for as well. Rose Haddix leads to the run out and layup for Batterack. Lady Rams are rolling at Cordia. Back comes Cordia though. Cheyenne Couch. That's a rattler. Lady Lions still down 17, but they don't go easily. Hamelia Gonzalez. Let's go to the Highlands Health System scoreboard. However, Riverside too much in this one as the Lady Rams in the regular season with the road victory over Cordia, 42-27.
Back out to Pike County. Pike Central Lady Hawks welcoming in the Hazard Lady Bulldogs tonight. Late second quarter, Lady Hawks Caitlin Keithley passed to Cassidy Mullins, who sinks it for 3. At the other end, though, Haley Cottle of Hazard will also sink it for 3 to answer for the road team.
7th grade.
3-pointers, Jamie, seem to be the trend in this game. Lady Bulldogs Kiera Walker gives it to Olivia Holland, who will shoot it for 3. Second half, Pike Central's Keithley pushes through the defense for 2 more, but Pike Central trailing big in this one. Pulling ahead even more, Hazard's Walker misses the shot, but Alexis Griffey is right there underneath for the rebound, puts 2 more on the scoreboard for the Lady Dogs. And then how about Cottle again, making the lead even bigger with 2 more on the run out. Hazard would go on to win it by 23, 56-33. Lady Bulldogs next up in the 54th District Tournament versus rival Perry County Central on Monday at Leslie County. Staying on the Highlands Health System scoreboard, a couple of girls' top 10 scores. Number 2 Harlan over number 10 Corbin, 65-53. Number 3 Shelby Valley all over Belfry, 64-29. Number 4 Harlan County over Knox Central at home, 64-49 the final. Number 8 Magoffin County over Greenup County, 59-32. And number 9 Pulaski County falls at Boyle County tonight, 86-58 the final score there. Still to come on the Appalachian Wireless Sports Overtime, we look ahead to tomorrow's big SEC matchup between Kentucky and Texas A&M.
Yes, we do, but first, a wild game in Hindman between Knott County Central and the visiting Vikings of Rowan County.
The Knott County Central Patriots may have lost a lot from last season, but they are still the defending 14th region champions. They enter tonight's season finale winners of 3 of their last 4, trying to build even more momentum entering next week's 53rd District Tournament. Sean Thacker, the old Garrett Black Devil, leading his Rowan County Vikings into Hindman to battle the Knott County Central Patriots. Second quarter, Isaac Cottle. Well, Jamie, he does Isaac Cottle things quite often. Splashes the 3 ball off the inbound. Knott Central up 8. More from Cottle. Rise and fire. Patriots up 5 at that point. It was a big night, though, for Rowan County's Larry Whalen. The senior knocks down the triple, and that puts him in the 1,000-point club. His mother Rhonda and father Rick on hand to see it happen. Nice for him. It was also a big night for Michael and Trobus. Not 1, not 2, but 3 straight 3-pointers. Vikings take a 6-point lead. That's a Caleb highlight. U-Pike top play contender. Skip to the end of the third. 2 seconds left, but that's enough time for Branson Couch to beat the buzzer with a 3. Patriots down 2 at home, entering the 4th. Wild finish to this one. 20 seconds to go. Austin Combs catches the inbounds pass. Finishes from inside to give Knott Central the lead. Okay, 2 seconds remaining. Last shot for the Vikings. Ooh, just inches off the mark to the left from Wayland. We go to the Highlands Health System scoreboard, not Central. The big three was the difference. They win it by 2 over the Rowan County Vikings, 64-62.
All right, you send me to Leslie County. You know who I start the highlight pack with?
Katie Moore.
The one and only Katie Moore. Had to get Mama Cheryl in there, too, because Mama Cheryl, she cool. You know what I'm saying? Lady Eagles taking on June Buchanan. First quarter, Bree Harrington, the steal and the deal. Hashtag first bucket of the game. Leslie having trouble holding on to the ball early on.
That's a long hashtag.
Yeah, well, you know. Again, another steal for the Lady Crusaders and another gifted layup there by Harrington. Bree
Hashtag second bucket of the game.
Ooh, her second bucket of the game. She had 13 on the night, though. Later, Lindsey Prophet says, nobody gonna guard me. I'm gonna take that shot. JBS up 6 at the end of one quarter. She had a game-high 22. Second quarter, Haley Mullins. Pump fake, running floater. She goes for 11 points. And then Shelby Sparks to the rack. Now things are coming easy. She goes for 10 points. Floaters, layups. How about a 3-ball? Madison Combs.
From who else?
Rocking it. Leslie up 2 with 2:18 left in the half. It's first lead of the game right there, though. Let's jump to the fourth quarter. Leslie County's highest scoring quarter. Emily Griffith, as our boy CJ, the announcer, would say, basket by Griffith. Team high 18. The Lady Eagles scored 27 points in the fourth quarter. Let's go to the scoreboard. They win at 64-55. Leslie plays Buckhorn in the first round of district play on Monday.
Somerset Lady Jumpers playing in their final game of the regular season, bringing in the Lady Admirals of Danville. Lady Ads, though, strike first. Ivy Turner drives straight to the bucket, throws it off the glass for the first points of the ball game. Danville again on offense. Turner to Olivia Walker in the corner for 3. Lady Admirals up 5 points just like that. And then Somerset finally gets on the board. Off the miss, Brinley Bigelow there to clean it up off the glass, puts the Lady Jumpers down just 3. Somerset working its offense now. Caitlin Johnson will bank in the free throw line jumper. Lady Jumpers within 1, and they would complete the comeback at home. 67-64, Somerset over Danville.
Let's stay on the scoreboard. Josh, here's how the rest of our Mountain Top 10 did tonight. Number 5, Harlan County defeats June Buchanan 50-41. Northborough, the 6th-ranked Jaguars, beat Knox Central 81-68. Number 8, Corbin smashes the Harlan Green Dragons. Yikes, by 38. 88-55. And number 10, Magoffin County beat Shelby Valley barely by 1, 66-65.
Hey, a win's a win. Much more to come on the Appalachian Wireless Sports Overtime, but as we go to break, here's a look at this week's Alice Lloyd College boys and girls Mountain Top 10s. Time now to get you set for this weekend's action with the Saturday slate sponsored all season long by Union College. A 10-point win last night for Kentucky over rival Tennessee in a game, Jamie, that didn't really seem all that close.
Now, the Cats led by as many as 22 in the second half, showing they have become what John Calipari has talked about for weeks, and that is empowered. He says every team is different, and even he had doubt about whether or not this team would reach that point this season.
It all depends on the team. And sometimes it's my view of it too, and sometimes I'm wrong. Like this team, I did not think they were ready to say, it's go do this. And then I sat back and I watched, and I'm like, they are ready. You know, yesterday's practice and the day before were, you know, you're talking about short burst, let's go. And again, I think they're feeding off Tyler's confidence. And he is helping all of those guys be confident.
Kentucky's opponent tomorrow, Texas A&M, quickly went from one of the hotter teams in the country to one of the colder ones. The Aggies beat Ole Miss on Tuesday to end a 4-game losing streak, but are still just 8-5 in Southeastern Conference play. ESPN college basketball analyst Jay Billis says despite a few hiccups, he believes A&M is one of many teams in the mix for a deep postseason run.
I think Texas A&M is really good. When I saw them here in October, watched them practice, I said top 20 team, and they've proven to be better than that. And you know, I know people are worried about a few close losses, but everybody goes through that. So I don't have any doubt that A&M is going to be there, not only against Kentucky, but at the end. because being fresh at the end of the year and as talented as they are and capable, they're going to have a chance. There are a lot of teams that have a chance, and Texas A&M's one of them.
Wildcats and Aggies getting together tomorrow down in College Station. Game time set for 6:30 on ESPN. Kentucky has won 3 straight in the series and has a 5-2 all-time record versus A&M. Kentucky enters the game with a 1-game lead over LSU in the Southeastern Conference standings.
All right, how about the ladies? The Kentucky women will be back in action on Sunday when they return home to Memorial Coliseum to host Arkansas. Wildcats notched an impressive road win last night, beating number 14 Mississippi State in Starkville 83-60, led by Macy Morse with 17 points. Head coach Matthew Mitchell says he really likes how hard this team has worked, and last night was the result of all the work that they put in.
I just can't tell you how hard this team's been working, and it's been a night like tonight has been building for a while. I'm really happy for them. They've worked their tails off, and to come on the road and win like this against Mississippi State is a significant accomplishment for them, and I'm happy for them. They've really worked.
There you go. The final Appalachian Wireless Sports Overtime of the regular season. Next week, the real season begins with district tournaments.
The real season?
That's right.
All right. A lot of fun ahead in the next few weeks for sure, but a lot of college hoops on the show tomorrow. I know we'll be airing U Pike, Cumberland's doubleheader, men and women, 2 and 4.
2 and 4.
So for this TV and WYMT.com. UVA Wise and Urbana, Ohio, that's where you were going.
Talk with Matt Day, whose career is winding down. Should be a lot of fun.
I've got Alice Lloyd.
You sure? If you want to go to Alice Lloyd?
Yeah.
We will also look back at one of the more memorable high school basketball games, probably in Kentucky history. Hazard Perry County Central from 2004. You will not want to miss that. But for now, thank you for watching and have a good night.